At its peak, Blockbuster opened a new store every 17 hours. Millions of people walked through its doors every single week. It was the biggest video rental company in the world, and it seemed impossible to beat. But just a few years later, it was bankrupt. So, how did the world's largest video rental empire lose to a small company that mailed DVDs? Long before streaming, watching a movie at home wasn't as simple as opening an app. In the 1980s, people rented VHS tapes from small local video stores. The selection was limited. The stores were often crowded, and finding the movie you wanted wasn't always easy. But as more families bought VCRs, home entertainment exploded. It was the perfect moment for a new kind of business. Founded in 1985, Blockbuster quickly changed the video rental business. Its stores were bigger, brighter, and offered a much wider selection than most local video shops. Finding a movie became easier, and Friday night trips to Blockbuster soon became a tradition for millions of families. As the company expanded across the country and beyond, the blue and yellow logo became one of the most recognizable brands in entertainment. By the late 1990s, Blockbuster was at the top of its game. Thousands of stores generated billions of dollars in revenue every year. Customers came in to rent the latest movies, and many returned them late, paying extra fees. Those late fees became a major source of profit. The business worked exactly as it was designed to, and for years, there was no reason to believe it ever had to change. In 1997, a small company called Netflix entered the market. Instead of asking customers to visit a store, it mailed DVDs directly to their homes. The idea sounded unusual, and compared to Blockbuster's thousands of locations, Netflix seemed insignificant. Few people believed this small startup could ever challenge the biggest name in home entertainment. Netflix wasn't trying to build bigger stores. It was trying to eliminate the need for stores altogether. Customers could order movies online, receive them by mail, and return them whenever they were finished. There were no trips across town and no late fees. It was a completely different way of renting movies, and more people were starting to notice. In 2000, Netflix approached Blockbuster with an offer. The startup was struggling, and its founders proposed selling the company for $50 million. Blockbuster wasn't interested. At the time, the decision seemed reasonable. The company dominated the market, while Netflix was still a small business with an uncertain future. But history would remember that meeting very differently. But rejecting Netflix wasn't what doomed Blockbuster. The company's real challenge was its own business model. Thousands of stores, expensive leases, and millions of customers still depended on the traditional rental experience. Changing too quickly could have destroyed the business that made Blockbuster successful. The company wasn't ignoring the future. It was trapped by its past. Netflix continued improving its model. The company introduced a subscription service that allowed customers to rent unlimited movies for a monthly fee. The old idea of paying for every single rental was disappeared. Netflix was no longer just offering a different way to receive movies. It was changing the way people thought about entertainment. The biggest change was still ahead. The future of entertainment was moving away from physical discs and toward digital streaming. Netflix understood that the way people watched movies was about to change forever. Instead of sending DVDs through the mail, the company began building a future where movies could be available instantly. Blockbuster was facing a difficult choice: transform its entire business or protect the model that had made it successful. Blockbuster realized the market was changing. The company launched its own online rental service and removed late fees, trying to compete with Netflix. For a moment, it looked like Blockbuster had a chance to recover, but competing with a new digital company was difficult while still carrying the costs of thousands of physical stores. The future was moving faster than Blockbuster could follow. By 2010, Blockbuster could no longer keep up. The company filed for bankruptcy, closing thousands of stores and ending an era that had defined home entertainment for decades. The blue and yellow logo that once represented movie nights around the world became a symbol of a changing industry. Blockbuster wasn't destroyed overnight. It was slowly replaced by a new way of watching movies. Blockbuster's story was never just about movies. It was about change. The company didn't disappear because it was too small or because it lacked talented people. It disappeared because the world around it changed faster than it could adapt. Success can become a weakness when a company becomes too attached to what made it successful. The biggest companies are not defeated by their size. They are defeated when they stop evolving. Thanks for watching. See you in the next story.